that the surest sign that intelligent life exists elsewhere in the universe is that none of it has tried to contact us. This quote has not held more true than now. Donald Trump is the president of the US. There are people who have been trying to pass off colored Xeroxes as currency and pickpocketers who have been returning wallets full of 500,000 rupees. Allah ke naam pe humko ye nahi chahiye, Baba. But c'est la vie, meaning so is life, unpredictable, and our reaction to it determines our being. Good morning, fellow Toastmasters and guests. I'm brought up in Kolkata, though I belong to the beautiful valley of Derry. We're a family of 8. My parents, uncle, aunt, eldest sister, grandmother, first cousin, and I. I'm the youngest and the most spoiled. Since I did my schooling from Calcutta National School, the best part was that we did not have a school uniform. Growing up, I was a reserved person, did decently in my studies and dreaded public speaking the most. My stage fright is inversely proportional to the number of people on it. I'm comfortable doing theatre and dance that involves a group, but debating and elocution made me squirm. I'm 23 years old and I still feel the same way. I'm like the Indian Sheldon Cooper and I'm not even that smart. Since school, I've been a big fan of 1, Bill Watson's famous comic strip Calvin and Hobbes, and 2, the TV series Friends. School, I'm sure, as most of you will agree, was the best time because as Calvin quotes, life is a lot more fun when you aren't responsible for your actions. Post-school, I did my college. I studied economics at a college which is very well known for everything but studies, Bhawanipur College. This, however, was a big misconception as we had excellent faculty that motivated us to strive for excellence. I was told repeatedly to try for better colleges or an easier course, but I didn't care. All I wanted was a 60%. Why? Because our benevolent management told us that we would receive a scholarship if we scored 60 and up in this. So I thought, if I told my father that he didn't have to pay my fees the next year because of my brilliance, he would be really proud. So I ended up scoring one of the university highest. The management, however, was replaced the following year and I didn't get my scholarship. But at least I did well. Post this, I did my master's from Hyderabad Central University. It was a beautiful campus built around a forest to protect its wilderness. It was perfect campus life with endless nights of campfires and stargazing. It was here that I broke out of my protected cocoon from being pampered back home to having sambar and rice twice and sometimes rice again. Because in the wilderness we had a lot of snakes. We had a big board displaying the different species segregated according to the degree of danger. So the joke was that once a student gets bitten, he would first come consult this board to identify the type of snake and then choose to go to the doctor about it. Lucky for us that he had a health center whose solution for everything from fever, stomachache to accident injury was only paracetamol. The best part were the amazing local friends that I made here, thanks to whom my personal dictionary has grown leaps and bounds with additions of phrases which were very important for daily survival in Andhra. For example, Telugu Radu, which means I do not know how to speak Telugu, and light disco, which is the same as Alizwan. During this period, I served as a special police officer for the 2015 Andhra Pradesh elections and earned my first salary for a day's service. I taught at 2 government schools and also volunteered and was the campus ambassador for the organization Teach for India. It was here that I understood how lacking our public education system really is and how much there is that we can do. Post this, So I went on to do my summer internship at an IT consultancy in Pune. It was here that I understood my love for data analytics, and it was for the first time in my life I was sure about what it was that I wanted to do. So when HSBC Analytics came for placements on campus, I wanted nothing more than a job with them. So after 15 grueling hours of written test, personal written test, group discussion, and interview, and a nerve-wracking wait, I was told that I had gotten it, and my happiness knew no bounds. I was to be posted in Kolkata, though I ended up being put in Bangalore. Bangalore was a beautiful city despite its horrifying traffic. And so, my stay in Bangalore, I travelled extensively down south and found my haven in Kerala cuisine, filter coffee, and beautiful beaches with some amazing friends. So a year later, when I had the choice of moving back to Kolkata, I was in a fix. Everyone told me against it. But again, what they said did not matter. I moved back for my own personal reasons and I don't think I've made a better decision. The learning opportunities are plenty and I finally have time to do the things that I really want to. Like being here and travel blogging. Which, by the way, is much easier than doing this. And I cannot wait to see what else is in store. So, no matter how much you plan, the unexpected always leaves you with a lesson to be learned from, an experience, or if nothing else, at least a good laugh. So just light disco, Manna.